All right. I want you to tell me if any of these sound familiar. Do you feel like no matter how much you do, it is never enough? Do you apologize or try to make up for it whenever you take time for yourself? And do you do everything for everyone else, but not for yourself? If you answered yes to any of those, today we are talking about the sneaky shit mom guilt makes you do. And I feel like this episode is going to land with a lot of you because there are ways that it sneaks in that we do not even realize. And I'm just going to dive in because anytime I do a episode that has like a list of 10 items, it usually ends up being longer than I anticipated. And so we're just going to start with number 1 because this is one that I definitely used to do. I would redo chores that my kids or my partner just did because I didn't think it was done right. And we had this running joke in my house for a while that's like, is it done to your standard or mom's standard? And I had to let go of a lot of my perfectionism and just realize done is better than perfect. Now, I am not going to say that cleaning the house, like, done is better than doing a good job, but they still have to do a good job. So I'm just going to like put that out there. It does not have to be perfect. It's probably not going to be pristine if the kids are doing it. But let's just say that this is one of the sneaky ways that guilt creeps in, and we go and we do the thing again just because we don't know that it was done right. We don't believe that it was done right. We want it to be done better, and we feel like we have to prove something. So if the house isn't clean or spotless or something gets missed, it reflects on us as moms and women, and that is just simply not the case. Um, this isn't because you love folding towels nice, although I do love having nicely folded towels. And my kids have learned, my 11 and 9-year-old have learned how to fold towels pretty damn good. So it can be done. They can do a good job, but done is better than perfect. And stop redoing the chores that your kids just did. Now, if my kids don't do a good job, I just say, hey, I really appreciate the effort that you put in. But when we have a task to do, we do it all the way. And I'm kind of thinking that maybe you didn't put all your effort into this, or you were trying to hurry and do it because you wanted to go play. And I'll kind of let them answer, and I'll be like, maybe let's try that again. Can we do a really good job at like getting this done? Um, they don't like they don't like having to redo stuff, so it doesn't happen very often. Um, Number 2, skipping your workout or canceling your plans because the house is a mess or there's too much to do. You think that this is the responsible thing to do, but really is what you're doing is you're punishing yourself. You are saying to yourself, I don't deserve joy or to take care of me until the to-do list is empty. And I'm just going to tell you that if you continue to run in this programming, your to-do list will never ever ever be done. You take care of you first. You fill your cup up first, and just know that the to-do list, there's always something to do, but you do not have to earn it. You do not have to punish yourself if it is not done. You get to do the things that you want to do for yourself. My mornings every single day start with a workout. They actually start very first with usually a breath work. Sometimes I'll do a meditation. It's like 5 or 10 minutes. I don't go crazy. Um, I'm in a season where journaling just isn't feeling good, so I don't do it. I don't journal every morning right now, but I do take care of me. And then I go down to the kitchen, I get a little snack, and I head out to the gym and do my workout. So the workout's done at the beginning of the day. The endorphins are flowing. I'm feeling good. My kids are in the house getting ready for school. Um, a lot of times we will chat a little bit before I go out to the gym. So, like, while I'm eating my snack, I'll sit down and chat with them for a minute. They're usually eating their breakfast, and then they hop down, and I'm like, okay, everybody get your stuff done. I'm going to go get my workout in. It's usually 30, 45 minutes that I'm in the gym. And then I come back in and spend the rest of the morning with my kids until they leave for school. Sometimes we walk them to school, sometimes we don't. It just depends on the day. But skipping your workout or canceling plans because your house is a mess or something's not done is only punishing yourself. So we're going to stop doing that today. Number 3 is, again, it's very similar to number 2, but this one is like only relaxing after everyone else is taken care of. And you do not have to run yourself ragged just to earn 10 minutes of peace. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to sit down. You're also allowed to have support. And so I think that a lot of times this one stems from the fact that you feel like you're never enough. What you're doing is never enough. And you think that everything needs to fall on your shoulders. And that is a no. We're going to have an episode next week. So tune in for that. Stop doing shit your kids can do for themselves. In case you know, shit's probably the most used word at my house. But we have to stop doing that. We get to take care of ourselves. We get to have support as moms, and it does not all fall on your shoulders. Even if you consider yourself like, oh, I'm just a stay-at-home mom, or I'm a stay-at-home mom, that still doesn't mean that everything falls on your shoulders. Mom life is equivalent to a 98-hour work week. Yes, you heard that right. I bet your husband's not working 98 hours at his job so he can help out at home. So I just want you to know that. All right, number 4, apologizing for taking time alone, even just to go shower or go for a walk or a workout. Like, sorry, I just needed a second. Why are we apologizing for being human? You didn't abandon your family. You took a break. And this is one of the things that I catch on to so quickly because I used to be the chronic apologizer. And when I joined my breathwork program through Pause, one of the rules was actually we were not allowed to apologize. We were not allowed to apologize for crying, having emotion, taking up space. It just wasn't allowed. And they would call us out on it every single time we did it. And so I really learned to stop apologizing for being a human. And I want you to remember that you get to do the same too. You get to have a break. You do not have to apologize for it. I do not apologize for taking time for myself. Guilt creeps in. If we really want to like understand guilt usually creeps in when we feel that we are doing something wrong. And I want you to ask yourself, are you doing anything wrong? Probably the answer is no. And if you do still think that you're doing something wrong, says who? Who says you're doing something wrong? Right? And if it's your partner, you might want to rethink some things because taking time for you is okay. And it is not your duty to take care of everything at the house, even if you stay at home. That's not your job. That is not your job. You get to have support. All right, number 5, saying it's fine when clearly it is not. I was the queen of this too. Guilt tells you don't rock the boat, but guess what? When you avoid having those hard conversations, it only creates more problems later. So if you're the one that's like, let's just keep the peace, I called these like my 3-month explosions because like every 3 months they were kind of pillow talks because, as us women, when our head hits the pillow, our brain gets to like go because we finally find space to think for ourselves, right? So my husband did not enjoy these pillow talks. And it would be like every few months, everything I had been holding in and saying it's fine and just taking care of it would come spewing out. And we'd end up being up until like 1 o'clock in the morning. Both of us were like miserable by the end of it. And I still didn't know how to ask for help. I didn't know how to say what I needed. I didn't know how to hold a boundary at this time. So I would just say it's fine. I would go along with it. And then every few months. So if you're noticing a pattern of that in your life or a pattern of complete anxiety and stress and overwhelm and guilt, and you're still not able to have these conversations and you're at home mopping your floors thinking, is this all there is? Will this ever get better? What can I do? It can get better, but you have to stop saying it's fine when clearly it's not, because you are actually gaslighting yourself. You are telling yourself, oh yeah, we're fine. We're fine. And there's a part of you that's like, we are not fine. We need support. This is too much. This is too heavy. So we have to stop doing that to ourselves. It's self-abuse is what it is. Like you're only harming yourself when you're doing all of these things. Number 6 is feeling uncomfortable or distracted the entire time you're doing something for yourself. So maybe you're at lunch with a friend and your brain is like playing through all the things that you have to get done when you get home. So you can't even be fully present and enjoy her. Same time, if you're trying to be present with your kids and you're like, oh my gosh, I got to get this done. And like my kid won't stop talking. And I'm trying to listen to this story, but like laundry just beeped and I've got to get dinner started and I didn't get this done earlier. You have to stop doing that to yourself. Like you are sitting in an identity of someone who is not allowed. You don't feel that you are worthy to have time and space. Guilt in these moments is just hijacking your joy. You showed up, you showed up to the lunch, you showed up for your kid, but then the guilt like drags you right out the back door, takes your peace away. It's like, nope. Um Number 7, overcompensating when you take time away. So I know this kind of goes up to the other one, but like you went to a workout class and you come home and you feel bad that you took time away. So now you're making cookies and you're folding laundry and you're like doing this whole apology tour. And I just want you to know that you get to exist. You get to take up space. You get to take space and you do not have to make up for it. What are we making up for? It is so healthy for our kids to see us having a life outside of being a mom. I want you to know that. It is so healthy. I want you to look at how you utilize your time right now, how you're spending your time, how you're thinking when you're taking time for you. Is that how you want your kids to grow up and believe is normal? Probably not. So let's stop doing that to ourselves and let's teach our kids that there is a better way. Number 8, I hear this a lot, over explaining why you're spending money or time on yourself. If you feel like you need a whole essay to give to your husband so that you can hire a coach or buy a mom course that's going to help you simplify everything or get a pedicure, that is guilt in a power suit. Like truly, truly, that you do not have to explain yourself. Um, when I first hired a coach, I remember, yes, it was a big investment. So that was something that definitely at the time, because we were super tight financially, that I did need to talk to my husband about. But now I make the decision and I do it all on my own. Like I am in a certification program right now that I am loving, and it was a hefty investment. But I was like, I'm doing it because I want this for me. And I did it. And it's been so great to be in the program. And so I just want you to know, like, I really get irked, is that still a word? By moms who have to ask for permission for every little thing just because your husband is the one providing for you financially does not make that his money. It is our money. My husband worked, I managed the finances. And so you don't have to over explain why you need something. Now, obviously, this isn't a permission slip to go crazy, but if there is something that you truly want and it is going to change your life, maybe the leggings won't change your life, but let's say a coach or a mom course or something like that, that's truly going to change how you show up, not only as a human being, but as a mom, then that's where you get to decide. You get to decide and you get to tell your partner, I don't need you to understand. I just need you to support me in this. This is something that I want to do for myself, and allow yourself to do it. All right, number 9. This is still kind of me, I'm going to say, but I've gotten better. Being the default parent even when your partner is right there. And I think this is funny because sometimes even still, I've always been the default parent, and it wasn't until a few years ago that we shifted and I brought my husband home, and he's been at home ever since working here. And my kids will still walk past him on the couch come all the way out to the gym to ask me to do their hair, to ask me a question, if they can do something, if they can have more lunch money, like whatever it is. And I have started just looking at them and I said, "Where's your dad?" They're like, "Well, he's on the couch." So I point out to them, "So you're telling me you walked all the way past your dad to come out here to ask me for lunch money?" "Well, yeah." I'm like, "Go ask your dad." I turned him right back around. I said, "Mom is working out right now. You go back in and you can ask your dad and he can help you with that." And so I'm starting to get them, it's especially my younger two. My older two don't do it as much, but my younger two are the worst with this. Um, well, I should say my 14-year-old is still pretty, she comes to me because I was the mom who was just like, "Oh yeah, let me take care of that and let me take care of that," like yesterday. And I don't do that anymore. And I don't apologize for it. So I just send him back in. It does not fall apart. Life is still spinning. My husband is totally fine with it. He can be a big boy and step up and help, and so can yours. So, number 10, filling your schedule with their activities and leaving zero space for you. I had a call with a mom who is running kids to sports, to school. She goes home, she takes care of the entire house all the way up until it's time to go get her kids again, leaving zero time for herself. She tries to get up early in the morning to go to the gym, to go out and work out. Sometimes she said her kids will come out and work out with her, but where the hell are you? On this calendar, where are you? This is where we get to leave white space. We get to have space for us. Right now, as I'm recording this, I know I have a massage booked on Sunday that I get to go and get pampered, and I am not going to apologize leaving my whole family at home while I go for an hour and get a massage. And I'm going to tell you, when you finally hit this point, because this has not always been. I used to feel so guilty. I used to feel guilty for spending the money. I used to feel guilty for taking the time. And I'd be like, "I'm so sorry, like mommy's got to go for a little bit." And they'd be like crying and whatever. And I'd be like, "I'll be back." And then I would like make up for it. I would bring back crumble cookie, or I would bring back something. Like, it's ridiculous. So I am not just sitting here preaching things that you should not be doing. These are all things that I have done that did not feel good, that I know where they lead, and we're not doing that anymore. This shit ends today. And so I want you to know, like, you get to start to put boundaries around this. Mom guilt doesn't always scream at you. It's not always obvious. It it kind of sounds more like taking responsibility, being selfless, or just being a good mom. But underneath all of that is a woman who feels forgotten, who wants to know that she matters too. And it's time to remember that for yourself. So if any of these resonated with you, then please share it to your stories, reach out to me, and let's talk about how to get you the support that you need. This is what I offer. Boundary Mastery is my like entry level boundary setting course. It is $97. And if you're like, I don't know if I'm ready for a little boundaries course yet, I have some freebies. I'll drop them in the show notes below. But come hit me up on Instagram if you're like, what kind of support do I need? Where can I start? I need something unique to my situation. I am here to support you. I am here to point you in the right direction, whatever that may be. But you deserve to live a life that feels really good, one that you are excited to wake up to. You do not feel guilty for taking time for yourself, and that you love being in. And if this resonated with you, please, please leave a review below or share it with somebody on Instagram and tag me. I love hearing what takeaways you have from these, and it helps me get the word out and share this with other moms who might need it too. So I will talk to you next time.